Basically, I'm going to start off by saying whenever I was younger, I used to love going to the gym. I used to go to the gym nearly every day after school, but the only problem was I didn't really have a clue what I was doing.
One of the most important games of your life, and you should not be trying to gain weight in those times. I would also recommend trying to gain weight over Christmas where you can seriously build some muscle. Go up and you're aiming the pinky for your shoulder. I went for 3 sets here with 8 to 12 reps, and then I went on to like a hammer exercise. I absolutely love this piece of equipment.
Second I find myself thinking about it's 22 and I wish.
Here with Aaron Kern. First of all, I just want to say to Aaron, thanks very much for showing up. It's a great pleasure to meet you. Watched you over the years. Fantastic athlete, and has played and won titles with Armagh and Crossford Glen.
They've now put a new massive boxing rig, CrossFit style rig here, another sort of rig over there. So it's probably going to be one of the best gyms in the country when they're finished.
And people always try to live your life, 'cause they're scared to live the road. All that I know is I'm out here just trying to get mine. And I am the one who decides what is wrong or right. We're just having fun.
You're my music, but you tear me to pieces. So where does it come from? The scene that keeps playing on repeat ignores the rule of thumb. Oh, where does it come from? Oh, where does it come from?
Good morning and welcome to the first episode of the GAA Championship Season 2. It is Championship Day. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Toronto. Playing a game at 3:30 today. Going to show you what I do in preparation for the game, how much water I take in, what I eat before a championship game, what stretching I do, how I mentally prepare for a game, how I recover for a game, everything like that. This time, this season is going to be far more in-depth and far more raw, more than editing, okay? I'm going to talk to you a lot more about what actually goes into my body every single day during the week whenever I'm working a 8 to 4 job, just like you guys, or maybe 9 to 6 job, whatever it is. So, really detailed. Let's kick off the day. So first things first is when I wake up in the morning time, I chug loads of water. Because on a day of a game, any game, league game, championship game, challenge game, you want to be really well hydrated, and especially out in that sun, in that degree heat, that you need to be well hydrated as well. So my kind of equation that I like to go for is 70 milliliters multiplied by your weight in kg, and that is how much you should be taking in each day that you are training or playing a game, okay? So I'll put the equation on the screen here. I'll tell you how many milliliters or liters that I'm having today. And then regarding food, I will only have one meal before I play my match, because if I have too many meals before it, I kind of feel sluggish, I kind of feel cramps. So I just have one good meal before I play a match, okay? So Right now the throw-in is going to be at 3:30, so I'm looking between in and around 12, 12:30, that I can get my good staple protein source, good carb source, and then probably some veggies in there as well, and that is going to keep me fueled for the game. Now I probably should have done an extra video on this, but even for the championship game next week, the second round, I'll do it again. But what's most important is the day before your game is how many carbohydrates you get in. So last night, for example, I'll show you on the clip now, I had just a couple of slices of brown bread, whole grain bread, slow releasing carbohydrate source, and got my good protein source of lean ground beef. And I had that before I went to bed because I wanted to top up my glycogen stores, my energy storage for today's game. So right now, if I had a game in the morning time at 11, I'd still be ready to go, but the next meal that I have before the game is just kind of topping up on that carbohydrate source and keeping it extremely clean. So gonna head downstairs now. I'm gonna do a lot of stretching. I always like to do stretching, my own routine before I play a game, because a lot of the stretching we usually do at matches and training are usually static stretching, which means, you know, down in one leg, right foot out, stretch your hammies and that sort of thing. But I rather do dynamic, which realistically you should be doing dynamic stretching before a game, before you warm up. So we're going to go downstairs. I have a gym in the apartment, which is deadly. I'm so lucky to have that, and I'm going to do some dynamic stretching. I'll show you what I do. You can take a note of how many dynamic stretching I do, different exercises, and then take it from there. Really excited for today's game. Basically the first game I'm having here in Toronto, straight into championship. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure on myself by making these videos, but I'm only here to help you guys. So catch us downstairs in the gym, ready to stretch.
Because of you, I'm whole again. Sometimes you just gotta turn the light on.
I just done some dynamic and static stretching, mixed it up, some clamshells, some lunges, some toe kicks, some, you know, just getting the hip flexors as loose as possible before the game, because I like doing my own routine, and it gives me some like meditation of chilling out before a championship game, doing my own routine. Now, personally, I wouldn't just jump. If you have a championship game next week, just go, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do what he says. Find your own routine and what suits you, not just because if there's a player like Paul Gavin or Jim McConnelly does something before a game, it's not automatically going to work for you. Find a thing that works for you and stick at that, and do that before every training, every match, every challenge game, every GA meeting, every GA gym meetup. Have a routine, because as you do a routine and as you do a habit and as you have good performances because of these habits, it will all fall in within each other, okay? So just because I like to go downstairs or wherever, go to the gym before I play a match and do stretching, doesn't mean that you have to do it. Find something that suits you. If you're already doing that and it works for you, that's great. I know Meath cornerback Mickey Burke, he's a veteran now. I do follow him on Instagram and I do be quite interactive with him. He goes to the gym before a match, I've noticed, and he does some squats, and that's actually the same as the chat me and Aaron Kernan had from Armagh, before he goes onto the pitch for Crossmaglen, or before he goes onto the training pitch, he does some heavy squats to get the glutes firing. Now this doesn't mean if you go in next week and do your glutes, fire your glutes, and you're going to have a performance of a lifetime. That's just what works for them, and that's just the habits that they have put in their pre-match ritual, okay? So my pre-match ritual is basically the meal that I'm going to show you right now on the screen, and the stretching that I like to do on my own away from the team, and then whenever we meet up with the team, I go ahead and do the own stretching. But I just like to go ahead on my own and do my own stretching before any games of football. Now, I wasn't always like this. If you had asked me 2 years ago what I'd done before the game, I probably said I ate a frozen pizza and just watch some GA clips on YouTube or something. But right now I have incorporated that habit into my brain and into my pre-match ritual, and now I just stick to it, and it just rolls off and it works for me, you know. So rambling on here, but did some stretching and gonna get ready now for the game. Pack my bag, pretty standard. I'm really hoping I get some clips for you guys video, and I'll be really annoyed. I'm going to charge my phone and get as many videos of me playing, because it is championship and there should be a big enough crowd there, even though it is Toronto. But let's get at it. Let's get a fucking win. Let's do it, YouTube. Stay to me, right? So another thing I like to do that I didn't really go into detail much last year. Oh my god, a pigeon here took my head off. So another thing I like to go into detail is my challenges for the game. So last summer I didn't actually go into detail on challenges, but I do have my own mental challenges, like how many breaker balls I'm going to win, how many clean kickouts I'm going to win, because I am a half forward and you can win kickouts, and then how many scores you're going to get, how many blocks, all these type of things. But last summer I didn't really bring this in because I wasn't as open as I am now. So right now for today's game, I'm going to give me 2 challenges to complete, and then I will let you know after the game if I did complete them. So I want 3 points, whether that's from play or from a free, whatever. 3 points, okay? And next thing is I want to make sure and get 4 to 6 breaker balls in the whole game. So 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half at least. Good breaking balls, and then get something from it. So those are 2 challenges that I'm setting out for me to complete, and if I don't complete them, I'll let you know after the game. And if I do complete them, oh, you'll definitely know after the game. Okay, nice working. Alright folks, so it's the next morning. It is pretty glum here in Toronto, to be honest. You see behind me, but I'm going to talk over what happened yesterday and why I didn't vlog the rest of the day yesterday. So usually in my channel I would usually after a game continue it the next morning because I'm literally that sore, I'm that hungry, I'm that tired that I don't even pick up the camera. I just kind of go about the rest of my day and rest up. But I'm going to go back on what happened in the game. We won the game by 5 points, so the championship round 1 we got through that. We won by 11 points to 210. So the challenges that I set out myself was to score 3 points and also get 4 breaks. First thing I'm going to address is the point situation. I got my first 3 points in the first half and I scored nothing in the second half. So whenever I hit my target of 3 points in the first half and we were up by 10 points at half time, to be honest, I basically knew the job was done at that point. And then the break a ball situation, the first 5 minutes I was playing on the 40 around the half-forward line midfield, but then first 5 minutes they put me in beside our big full forward, so it was just a 2-man full forward line. So regarding breaks, you can't really count breaks because I wasn't actually around in the middle of the field. You're probably wondering what I'm wearing. Good Life Fitness, that is the gym, the 4th biggest gym in the world that I am working with over here in Toronto. I'm a personal trainer. If you know anybody that's in Toronto looking for personal training or even wants to come over and have a chat with me regarding sports performance or GAA based training, then let me know on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you want. What I'm going to eat for today is, I'll actually show you, okay? I'm going to be getting as much protein into my system as possible today. So really focusing on getting about 1.2, 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Trying to maybe aim around 200 grams of protein today because I'm extremely sore after the match and I need to recover well. Unfortunately, I do not have any BCAAs, which is branched chain amino acids, and those would have really helped me. But I hope you enjoyed the video, lads and girls. Thanks for watching. Ricey out of here. Follow me on all social media. Scroll down and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you enjoyed the content. Season 2, episode 1 on my channel of Season Prep will begin, and it does go in detail on what I do on a daily basis regarding championship. And I also do try to back it up with all the scores that I get, all the GA clip footage that whenever I'm playing in championship. So Ricey out of here. Love yous all.